Hi, welcome to the Whiskey Catapult, where we catapult around the world trying whiskeys from all over the world. So today, we're going to catapult over to the Highland region of Scotland for some Glen Virgin Oak. Now, it's not spelled like you think it is, because it's Gaelic, but it looks like it's spelled Garioch, just like you'd pronounce Glenfiddich or some variation like that. So, if you've never heard of this one before, I usually tell like friends and stuff like that who haven't, I say it's Garioch. So that way they can read it, they see the label, and they can go pick it up at the store. The correct pronunciation is Glengeely. I don't know why. If you look at other whiskey names that have like a similar patch, it doesn't make sense, but is where it is. So if they know about it, Glengeely. If they don't, if they're new, Garioch. I don't think anyone's going to really upset about it either way. So this is their Virgin Oak Artisanal Small Batch Release. It is 48% ABV, and it doesn't say on here whether it's non-chill filter or natural color, but it's an interesting bottle. So I'm a very big fan of Glengeely. Their regular 12 release is really good. It's a solid whiskey. I think it's also 48%. Really good stuff. This one caught my eye at a bar in Colorado, actually at the Stanley Hotel up in Estes Park. They're known for having like one of the largest whiskey bars in Colorado. Don't know how accurate that is, but that's their claim. But for those who don't know, the Stanley Hotel is where they wrote The Shining. Not filmed. Well, they filmed like a fan version of it later on at there, but it's where Stephen King wrote The Shining, was at that hotel. So that's where he got his inspiration, and they've got a big whiskey bar there. So the main two that I was there for, they were out of, and so I kind of settled on this one, but I liked it enough to buy 2 additional bottles of it, so clearly it was good. Really nice nose. It's got that like sweet oak, vanilla. It's a little malty. It almost has like this hay kind of farm note to it. It's very, very light. Almost like a hay or straw bale kind of note. And like a little bit of citrus. Very, very small amount. Kind of like a lemon citrus. But it's really nice. That sweet oak is the first thing that kind of hits the palate. And some of those vanilla is coming through. Still has some of that malty note on there. It tastes very craft, but the Virgin Oak influence is very strong, but not overpowering. It almost has... It's not quite caramel. It's almost like a nougat. Like if you have like a Babe Ruth, kind of that nougat in there. That's kind of what I'm getting. Finish isn't super long. It still has kind of that sweet oak and vanilla, and that's kind of the main theme of this one. It does kind of fade into more of that kind of like malty, a little bit of that farm note on there. In all honesty, like I was expecting this one to be more of a fruity spirit, because the 12-year and some of the other versions that I've had from Glengeely, they do have like a really nice fruit in there, like a peach and pear note. And I figured this one with the Virgin Oak influence would like come across really well, but it doesn't quite have the fruit notes. It still has that like light citrus on the nose, but it doesn't come through on the palate. That's not necessarily a bad thing. The vanillas and sweet oak that you get from this one are like a little bit of spice in there. It's really nice. It's very different than a lot of the fruity scotches that you get, but it's one of those where the notes from the Virgin Oak are kind of overtaking a lot of stuff, but it's not overpowering. Like, you're not chewing on a piece of wood. it just has a really nice influence that's really well balanced. So this is batch number 1. I do have batch number 2. I haven't opened it yet because I want to get through this one first. And as this one gets pretty low, I've had quite a bit of this one. But as this one gets lower, I'll probably crack that one open to do a comparison. I figure that'd be kind of fun. See what they did differently with the second batch for the first one. But I'm a big fan of theirs. Their official bottlings are nice. They've got a Founder's Reserve and a 12-year-old that are really good. They're kind of entry level in that $50 to $60 range. They've got some higher tier stuff like a 15-year Sherry Cask edition. They've got some, I think their travel retail, it's the only place I've really seen them, is a Renaissance series where they've got 4 different chapters and they're different years going from 15 up to 18 years. And, you know, they've got like some single cast. They've got stuff all over the place. But more than likely in your area, you're going to be able to find the 12-year and the Founder's Reserve. And those are both pretty good. But I got this one from, I believe this one I got from Fine Drams online website. Did have to pay for, you know, shipping and stuff like that, but I want to say this one was like $90 when I got it. And it's a pretty good deal for that, I think. All right. A little bit of water lightens it up, as you'd expect. There's a little bit more spice coming through now. The vanilla is softened a bit. There's some of the fruit. Okay, the water's kind of pulling some of the fruit forward. That's nice. I'm not sure which one I like better, though. Because I love virgin oak finished wood. I recently did a video of my top 5. Yeah, top 5 wood finished whiskeys. I'll put a link up here in the top corner. But virgin oak was my number 2. Anytime I see one, it's usually I'm a sucker for it. I'm usually going to buy it. Yeah, fruit comes forward a little bit more, but still has that nice sweet oak. Not so much the that hay note's kind of dissipated a little bit, which is not. Ooh, what is that? I want to say Robitussin, like cough syrup. That's weird. But not like a bad way, like I guess it's just like that artificial cherry kind of note that you get from, man, that's wild. I wonder if it shows up on the palate. Let's see. Yep. A little bit softer. Sweet oak. Okay. The sweet oak that I was talking about is still there, but the sweetness has softened a bit to where that oaky flavor kind of shows up a little bit more. So it's a little more woody, but still not, you know, I don't feel like I'm chewing on a piece of wood. But that's nice. You can really get the influence from it on there. That nougatiness is still in there. Okay, that artificial like cherry Robitussin thing I mentioned in the nose, it's not coming through on the palate. There's a little bit of fruitiness, but not much. But I can't pinpoint exactly what fruit that is. It is very, very faint. Maybe with a little extra water, it might open up a bit, but it's already at 48%. I don't want to add too much and risk diluting it. But without water, I think it's great. I don't think it really needs water. But it is a slightly different experience with water, just a bit. But not enough to be a detractor, but not enough for me to be interested in like adding water again down the line. Yeah. It's tasty. I think I like it a little bit better without water. Man, I was really hoping some of that fruit would come forward with water. No, but good sip whiskey, good for the price. I recommend it if you can find it. I don't know how frequently they do releases like this one. Like I said, I've got batch 1 and batch 2, and I've had those for a while. You can probably find this one at online retailers. You can probably find it at Find Rams might still have it too. Do your research on online websites before. I've had no problems with them. I've gotten stuff from them twice, I believe. And I got it shipped no problem. Nothing broke in the mail. So pretty good. Oh, there you go. Non-chill filtered virgin oak. There we go. So I just missed it because they added it in this whole like line of text here. So, but yeah, this is really good. I'm liking it. And Glen Geely's kind of in that range of, it's not really craft, but they kind of remind me of what Springbank's doing, where it kind of has that like crafty taste to it, I guess, from a Scotch perspective, but not quite to the same vein as some of the newer distilleries like Ardnamurchan or Nicnean or something like that. But I like Glen Geely. Anytime I see their stuff from an independent bottler, I'm usually quick to jump on it as well. It just has like it has kind of like a unique profile to it. So, but I recommend this one. If you can find it, it's pretty good. I can't really think of any examples that I can use if you can't find this one. It's too different from like the Glen Geely 12-year-old, but I say just look for a Highland non-peated Scotch that's virgin oak cast finish. Actually, yeah, no, I can't think of any official bottling releases off the top of my head. So it'd just be through an independent bottler. So, but like I said, I'm sure you can still find this one out here and there, different online retailers. So yeah, I recommend it. If you like this review, hit the like button and subscribe to see where we catapult off to next. Cheers.